Good day, everyone. Welcome to Metric Hub channel. Today, I'm going to discuss Module 2, Communication N4. Module 2, Communication N4, which is interpersonal relationships and social interaction. We are saying at work, people, they interact, their relationships within the working environment. There are also social interactions between employees from one department to another, and maybe, can I say, within the organization, So we're going to discuss about a healthy self-image, right? So before we discuss about the healthy self-image, we're going to define what is self-image. What is self-image? Right, we're gonna define self-image. Self-image, right? Self-image usually is the evaluation of oneself, Self-image is the evaluation of oneself. How you evaluate yourself, that's what you call self what? Image, right? So it is defined as the evaluation of oneself. That's what you call self-image. How do you evaluate yourself? That's what you call self-image. How do you evaluate yourself? That's what you call self-image. Evaluation of oneself. How you evaluate yourself is called what? Self-image. Self-image. So we're going to move on to elements. Elements of self-image. Elements of self-image. Elements of self-image. We're going to discuss elements of self-image. Elements of self-image. Right. So there are three elements of self-image. The first one that we are going to discuss, is number one. What do you think about yourself? 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 Right. Right. When you think about yourself, what do you think? What kind of a person do you think you are? What kind of a person do you think you are? Evaluation of yourself. Evaluation of yourself. Number two, what do you think others say about yourself or think about yourself? What do you think? What do you think others say about yourself? What do you think others say about yourself? What do you think? What do you think others say about yourself? What do you think your neighbors, what do you think your friends say about yourself? Are they saying you are beautiful? Are they saying you are a go-getter? Are they saying you are an achiever? What do you think they say about yourself? 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 About yourself. What are they saying about yourself? And then number 3, would you want to change your self-image? Would you want to change your self-image? Your self-image. Do you think that you might want to change your self-image? What do you want to change? What do you think you want to change about your image? What do you think you want to change about your image? Right. Okay, let's move on to dimensions. Dimensions of self-image. Dimensions of self-image. We're going to discuss dimensions. There are 5 dimensions of self-image. There are 5 dimensions of self-image. Right. The first one that we're going to discuss is number 1. Number 1, which is your physical dimension. Physical dimension. Physical dimension. Physical dimension. Physical dimension. Your physical dimension. Right. So physical dimension is about evaluation of what? Of yourself. Evaluation of your body. Right. Which is an evaluation of your body. How do you evaluate your body? Of your body? How do you evaluate your body? Your physical body. Are you tall? Are you short? Are you fat? For example, yeah, do you think you are fat? Do you think you are tall? Do you think you are well built? Do you think you are ugly? Do you think you are ugly? Do you think you are beautiful or handsome? Your body. That's what we call physical dimension. And then number 2, we have what you call number 2, which is sexual dimension. Sexual dimension. Sexual dimension. Sexual dimension. Which is an evaluation of how feminine or how masculine you are. How are you popular with your opposite sex? Evaluation of how masculine or feminine you are. Evaluation of how feminine or masculine you are. How popular are you with your opposite sex? And then number 3, we have what to call intellectual dimension. Intellectual dimension. Number 3, intellectual dimension. Which is how intelligent do you think you are? So it's an evaluation of how intelligent, evaluation of how intelligent you are. you think you are. Are you intelligent? Are you intelligent? Right. Right. So that's what we call what intellectual dimension. We also have what we call what we call dimension of skills. Number 4, dimension of skills, which is an evaluation, dimension of skills, which is an evaluation of how skillful you are. An evaluation of how skillful you are. Are you skillful technically or socially? Are you skillful when it comes to social, are you social? Are you skillful when it comes to technical or socially? Right. And then the last one, which is what we call um psychological dimension. Psychological dimension. Psychological dimension. Which is an evaluation of your personality. Evaluation of your personality. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Are you talkative? Are you an outspoken person? Are you shy? That's what we call psychological dimension. So we have 4 dimensions, as I explained earlier on, which is the first one that we explained, which is physical dimension, which is an evaluation of your body. Are you fit? Are you tall? Are you a well-built person? Are you ugly? Are you handsome? And then the second one, which is a sexual dimension, which is how feminine and how masculine you are. And then the third one, intellectual dimension, which is valuation of your intelligence. How intelligent you are. Are you intelligent? Right. And then number 4, which is dimension of skills, which is how skillful you are, technically or socially. Right. And then lastly, psychological dimension, whereby you're saying evaluation of your personality, e.g., are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? etc. So let's move on to characteristics of a good self-image. Characteristics of a good self-image. Characteristics of a good self-image. We can say characteristics of a good self-image or of what? Of a positive self-image. Of a good or a positive self-image. Self-image. Right. So we are going to discuss the characteristics of a good self-image. If we can say this one is a good self-image, we should see the characteristics. So we have characteristics of a good self-image, right? So the first one that we are going to discuss the characteristics. A person who has a good self-image has greater self-encouragement. A person has greater self-encouragement. Has greater self-encouragement. The person has greater self-encouragement. person has greater self-encouragement. Greater self-encouragement. Is able to encourage himself even if he fail. He will encourage himself that next time he's going to do better. Right? And also he has greater self-confidence. He has greater self-confidence. The person has greater self-confidence. He's confident. He doesn't need anyone to instill confidence in him. Right? Number 3, the person has greater self-motivation. Person has greater self-motivation. He's able to motivate himself. He doesn't need anyone to motivate himself to do something or to achieve something. And then the person has less fear of failure. Less fear of failure. He's not afraid of failing. He's not afraid of failing. He's not afraid of failing. Right? And then the person who has a good self-image, his ability to achieve, his ability to achieve his goals, his ability to achieve goals. He's able to achieve anything, right? And then the person has good communication skills. Good communication skills. Is able to communicate well with others. Communication skills. Right. And the person who has good self-image is able to handle criticism. Ability to handle criticism. Is able to handle criticisms effectively. And also is able to handle conflicts. Ability to handle conflicts. Is able to handle conflicts. Right. And also has good social skills. Has good social skills. And then lastly, the person is able to perform well. Is able to perform well. Right. Ability to perform well. Ability to perform well to a task that is given to him. So a person who has good self-image has these characteristics. Right? Okay, let's move on to characteristics of a poor or a negative self-image. 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 We're going to discuss characteristics of a poor or a negative self-image. Characteristics of a poor or a negative self-image. A person who has a negative self-image, 1, has a less confidence. Is not confident enough. And also has less self-encouragement. Is less self-encouragement. There's less self-encouragement. is unable to motivate himself. Less motivation. Less motivation. There's less motivation. Less motivation. A person always fear to fail. He always afraid of failing. He cannot be able to handle criticism. So inability is unable to handle criticism. Inability to handle criticism. Has an inability to handle criticism. Is always aggressive. Number 6, a person does not have social skills. There is less social skills. Right. A person who has poor self-image also has always has poor performance. Always has poor performance. Has poor performance and is unable to perform a task. And also it has an inability to achieve, inability to achieve goals. Is unable to achieve goals. Number 9, the person is always pessimistic, is unhopeful that things will change for the better. And then lastly, he is unable to express himself, inability to express himself. Is unable to express him or herself. Right. Okay. So these are the characteristics of a poor self-image. Less confidence. Less confidence. A person has less confidence. A person has less self encouragement. The person has less self encouragement, has less motivation, always fear that he's gonna fail, is unable to handle criticism, has less social skills, has poor performance, his inability to achieve goals, is always pessimistic, and also is unable to express him or herself. Okay, let's move on to how to improve self-image. How to improve self-image. How to improve. So we have 10 steps. Steps to improve. Steps to improve self-image. Right. The first step that the person who has poor self-image has to take into consideration is 1, the person should control his or her feelings. That ability to control your feelings, right? Control your feelings. You need to control your feelings. Control your feelings. You need to control your feelings. Right. Number 2, you're supposed to control your thoughts. You need to control your thoughts. Whenever you think negative, you need to control and convert negativity to positivity, right? And also, recognize your weakness. You need to recognize your weakness and your strength. You need to recognize your weakness and strength. You should know which one is your strength. For example, you know that your strength is mathematics. You're supposed to pursue mathematics, right? That's your strength, right? And also, you're supposed to make sure that you never say bad things about yourself. 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 Right. Make sure that you don't criticize yourself in a negative way. Right. And also you should see all failures and disappointments in a positive way. You need to see failures and disappointments in a positive way. Right. You should try until you succeed. You should try until you succeed in a positive light. Right. Right. You should make sure that you see them in a positive light. Right. You should see failure in a positive light. You should see failures in a positive light. Right. Make sure that whenever you fail, take it as a learning curve. Right. And then number 6, pat yourself on the back if you achieve something. Pat yourself on the back. Right. You need always to pat yourself at the back when you achieve something. Yeah. Congratulate yourself. Give yourself a well done compliment. Right. And then also you need to make sure that you remember that try to interpret other people's behavior and intentions positively. You should try to interpret. You need to try to interpret others' intentions in a positive way. Right. And also, don't tolerate any situations or people that makes you worthless. Do not tolerate any environment, be it a workplace or be it a family setup environment or people, be it friends or families. Never tolerate anyone who makes you worthless or feel worthless. You need not to tolerate. Don't tolerate. Right. And also, number 9, remember that you can change. Remember that you can change. You should remember that you can change. You can change your self-image. Remember that you can change your self-image at any time. At any time. Remember that at any time you can change your self-image. Number 10, which is do not be discouraged by personal criticism. Do not be disturbed or discouraged. Do not be discouraged. By personal criticism. Do not be discouraged by personal criticism. Do not be discouraged. Don't allow yourself to be discouraged by criticisms. Right. Okay. So these are the steps on how to improve self-image. How to improve your self-image. You need to control your thoughts. You need to control your thoughts. Thoughts needs to be controlled. You need to control your thoughts. You need to control your feelings. You need to control your feelings. You need to control your thoughts. You need to know your weaknesses and strength. You should know your weaknesses and strength. You should not say bad things about yourself. You see failures and disappointments in a positive light, right? Pat yourself on the back, right? You're supposed to make sure that you interpret others' intentions in a positive light, or positive way. Don't tolerate anyone who makes you, or any environment that makes you worthless, right? Remember that you can change. You need to remember that your self-image can change at any time. You can change, that you can make your self-image, change your self-image. Sorry, you can change your self-image. Remember, you can change it at any time. Change your self-image at any time. And also do not be discouraged. Right. Okay, let's move on to Maslow. We're going to move on with the Maslow hierarchy of needs. Maslow, we're going to discuss Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow, we're going to discuss Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Right. Abraham Maslow was a professor who studied motivation. Right. So in other words, he was a theorist who came up with findings on how the organization can motivate employees. Right. Maslow, he was a lecturer. Right. So he came out with a theory on how an organization can motivate employees. So he came out with his findings are, and he represented these findings on a pyramid, right, with 5 stages or 5 levels. He came out with a pyramid with 5 levels. Pyramid of 5 levels. A pyramid of 5 levels, right? He came out with a pyramid of 5 levels. Maslow came out with a pyramid with 5 levels, right? So I'm going to draw the pyramid here. When I draw the pyramid here, so a pyramid is just like a triangle, right? My drawing is not straight, but I think you can understand. What I'm trying to draw, right? Right. So the first level, second, third, fourth, and fifth, right? So the first level, you put them what? Physical or physiological. logical needs, came up with the first level and call them first what? Physical needs, right? And he said, physical needs are the needs to survive. Physical needs are the needs to survive. Physical needs are the needs to survive. Physiological needs. Saying people need to survive. People need to survive, right? So these are needs to survive. Saying people, or to stay alive. To stay alive. So I think employees, they need to stay alive. They need to live. So an organization needs to provide basic needs. Basic needs. An organization needs to provide basic needs. Right. Right. And then the next stage, we call it what? Number 2. We call it safety and social. Safety and security. The security needs, which is the need to be safe. The need to be safe. When we say these are the needs to be safe, the need to be safe. The need to be safe and secured. The needs to be safe and secured. And then the third one, we call it social needs. Social needs. And he said, these are needs to belong. Need to belong. Or a need for love, to be loved. They say employees at work, they also need to be loved. They need to have a sense of belonging. And then number 5, he said esteem needs. Esteem needs. Whereby he said needs to be recognized. These are needs to be recognized. Needs to be recognized. Saying employees needs to be recognized at work. And lastly, he said self-actualization. Self-actualization. Which is the need to reach full potential. To reach full potential. They need to reach full potential. Saying at work, employees, they should be given opportunity to develop, opportunity to grow, or they need to do things we like or we love. Right. So Maslow emphasized that for an organization to motivate employees, they should start from lower level of needs, right, and to the highest level of need. saying employees, they should be motivated from the lowest level to the highest level, right? Said people need to be motivated. So motivation starts from the lowest to the highest, right? So these are what we call lower level. These are what we call lower level. And this is the highest level of what? Of motivation. So an organization has to start with physical need, and then that needs to be to stay alive. And then the organization has to provide safety and security, and also supposed to provide social needs, and then to move to esteem needs, and lastly, self-actualization needs. So we're going to discuss these needs in detail. So, physiological needs, we're talking about needs like food. This one, needs like food. You need to stay alive. You need food. You need water. You need food, water. You need shelter. You need water. You need shelter to survive, etc. Right. Safety needs, when you need to have a secured workplace. You need also to have a permanent contract at work. You need to sign a contract which is permanent so that you'll be secured, right? Social needs to belong, right? To be loved, right? The need to be loved. So the organizations provide tea breaks, parties, for example, end of year parties, birthday parties for employees so that they can socialize. And then esteem need, the organization has to recognize employees by giving promotions, by giving them rewards like bonuses, etc. Right. For example, awards as well, whereby the organization can give what employees the what long service award to employees, or the best employee of the year on esteem need, right? And then self-actualization needs to do things that we love, right? The organization has provided the opportunity for an employee to do things that he or she love. Some, they want to education to be educated. They want to further their education. So the organization has to further help the employee to further the employee's education. And they're also supposed maybe to travel, those ones who want to travel, and then they're supposed to provide with traveling expenses, etc. Right. That's Maslow hierarchy of needs. That's Maslow's hierarchy. So you're supposed to know each level and uh, examples. What does physical needs? What are the physiological needs? What are the safety and security needs? What are the social needs, esteem needs, self-actualization needs, etc. Right. Okay, I'm going to move on to barriers. Barriers. When I move on to barriers, I'm going to move on to barriers. We're going to discuss barriers to interpersonal communication. Barriers to interpersonal communication. Barriers to interpersonal communication. Barriers to interpersonal communication. Right. So we're going to discuss, first we're going to discuss physical barrier. Physical barrier. Physical barrier. We're going to discuss physical barrier. Right. Physical barriers. Number one, physical barriers. Physical barriers. Physical barriers are those barriers that are easy to correct. For example, any noise, right? Noise of a routing car, noise of a ringing phone. I can maybe immediately switch off my phone, right? So physical barriers are any noise that can be heard, any noise that can be heard. For example, ringing phone, or maybe a faint line. Someone is calling in, the line is very faint and you cannot be able to hear.